1,666 verses of Quran, only 1%, 60 to 70 verses have different meanings. I have read more than 16 translations and the explanations given by different scholars of sects, and I can confidently say that only 1%, 60 to 70 verses have difference of meaning or difference of interpretation. And the problem lies in these 1% verses. Although it is very obvious, understandable, that the Prophet would have given the correct meaning of these verses as well. But the problem started with the compilation of ahadith, the sayings of the Prophet. The books available today on ahadith, sayings of the Prophet, were written and compiled hundreds of years after the demise of the Prophet. And the method was through the narrators. There were a chain of narrators. For example, today I want to write down a book, a hadith book. So I'll ask a senior person, a senior scholar regarding any hadith. So he will narrate that hadith to me with the reference of his senior narrator. So this chain goes to the companions of the Prophet. So the problem is there are number of thousands of narrators mentioned in ahadith books when they were compiled after 100 or 200 or 300 years after the demise of the Prophet. For example, Sahih Bukhari is written and compiled 300 years after the Prophet, and even Sahih Muslim, Tirmizi, Abu Dawud, Ibn Majah, Nisai, Man La Yadul Faqih, Usul Kafi, Al-Istabsar, Tahzib al-Ahkam, all these books available today were written and compiled hundreds of years after the Prophet. So, and thousands of narrators are mentioned in these books. The problem is with the narrators. Because of their short memory, loss of memory, not using the exact words which give the correct meaning during their narration, so comes the problem and confusion. Now, today, how we can resolve this issue? Right? I must say again that the issue is among that 1% verses of Quran whose meaning or understanding is different in ahadith books. So the problem is not that much big, but we have to resolve it. We have a shortcut. We'll just pick two narrators, which we can call them model narrators, on which the whole ummah, the scholars of the ummah, no sect has any doubt on their ability, capability, knowledge, and authenticity. One man, one woman. One narrator male and one narrator female. We'll pick just one. And that will resolve our problem. because they too are so knowledgeable, so capable, and so close to the Prophet that no one can have any doubt on their authenticity. But before I mention those two narrators, I want to say that we are going in depth in this discussion. But mostly people do not have that much knowledge because of their time constraints. The general Muslims are innocent. They believe in God as they are taught. They believe in the prophethood. They believe in Quran and hereafter. So a person who believes in these four basic principles, we call it Tawheed, Risalat, and Quran and Qayamat, and having difference of practices, that person should not be criticized. Rather, that person should be guided if he is willing to be guided. Even I go further that even the scholars of different sects should not be criticized in their intentions. Although there are scholars who are misguiding others, but even they should not be criticized in their intentions. You can challenge them with the knowledge, because we should have the belief that the true Islam has the ability to prove itself. So if a person is misguiding anyone on any particular topic, you should present the correct knowledge, and definitely that shall appeal everyone, because truth has that power to convince. Now comes the resolution of the confusion through the two narrators. One narrator is Ali, son of Abu Talib. No Muslim has any doubt that he is not only the cousin, nephew of the Prophet, but he was very close to him. And the brought up of Ali ibn Abi Talib was done by the Prophet. Not only this, there are a number of sayings of the Prophet, ahadith, regarding the ability of this narrator. For example, a unanimous hadith regarding Ali ibn Abi Talib is Ana Madinatul Ilm wa Aliyun Babuha. I am the city of knowledge, and Ali is the door of that knowledge. That means you have to open the door first. You have to go to the door first to enter that city. And even Ali claimed, challenged, that I know everything. Ask me whatever you want. So this challenge is documented in almost every historical book available right now. And there are many other sayings of the Prophet. For example, he said that you are like Aaron, as Aaron was to Moses, so you are to me. Then very famous hadith, Man kuntu Mawla fahaz ayyun Mawla. Although Mawla has different meanings, but in this particular hadith, we have to equate this word with the Prophet and Ali both. So we cannot say that the Prophet is our friend, although meaning of Mawla is friend also. But no Muslim can say, I'm friend of the Prophet. So he will always say that he is my master. So if the Prophet is saying that whosoever calls me Mawla should call Ali as his Mawla, that means every Muslim should consider Ali to that higher level. So a person who is so praised by the Prophet should be having great capability of knowledge, wisdom, sincerity, and the other person, the female, I want to mention as narrator, model narrator, is the daughter of the Prophet, Fatima. The only hadith, the only saying of the Prophet is enough to mention the personality of this lady, this holy lady, that the Prophet said that she is the queen of the women in paradise. I repeat, queen of paradise is Fatima. So this means she should be having great ability, not only regarding the sincerity, but his mental level and his knowledge and her knowledge. So these two narrators are unanimously agreed by all the scholars of Muslim world and if anyone, any other narrator is having difference of opinion with these two narrators, we should discard their statement, their version of hadith, and should accept the hadith of these two great narrators. So now it's up to you to find out those ahadith narrated by these two moral narrators in the hadith book, and you will find you will come to the conclusion very easily which hadith is true and which hadith is fake. And this will also resolve the problem of the difference of sects, those who are giving importance to these two narrators in their documents, in their books regarding Quran, are close to reality. Thank you very much.